Good afternoon, dear ladies and gentlemen. Let me extend a warm welcome to our webinar about AseptSoft, the software for fully digitalized and automated pharma process design. My name is Sergio Cerenzia. I am co-founder of AceptCon. I am glad to have with me our software and process expert, Cosmin, and on the other side, our head of programmer department, Dimitri, who will answer all your questions during and after the webinar. We are AceptCon. Few of you already knows us very well from the sterile components perspective. AceptCon is a leading supplier of components, products, software, and engineering services, like, for example, fluid flow calculations or CFD. So CFD, computational fluid dynamic simulation for the liquid sterile technology, primarily used in pharmaceutical and biopharmaceutical industry. Today, we talk about process design. We all know that different specialists like mechanical engineers, production managers, or process engineers are using different softwares for P&I design. Some AutoCAD, some Visio, some others, sometimes both. There are different types of companies, so end users that can be pharma, food and beverage, or chemical companies, system producers, engineering companies, and all of them implemented in their design workflow different softwares for P&I design. But at the end of the day, after the P&I design, when it comes to process design, we are all doing in the same manual way. We all are drawing with the marker on paper. And here starts the real difficult job. Print hundreds or even thousands of papers, mark the valve status, and draw the fluid path manually with the marker or highlighter. Any subsequent changes in the project are a nightmare. Make the changes in the P&ID. Print again the papers. Draw again the process. This is quite annoying, non-practical, non-ecological way to work and can not be the state of the art in our industry in 2021. In AceptCon, we thought today it is no more possible to work in this way, and we need to create a new tool accessible for all the designers and engineers out there that are facing those problems. After a lot of brainstorming exchanges with colleagues from the pharma industry, we found and tested a real state-of-the-art solution for the process design. So we created a pharmaceutical software that fully digitalized pharma process design, automatic draws the fluid stream path, automatic generates IQ/OQ documents, eliminates mistakes, and boosts process development speed to over 100 times faster. It is eco-friendly because every license is eliminating the need to print a lot of paper, saving in this way a lot of trees. Let me now present Aceptsoft. I will present you now the main functionalities and advantages. The P&I design, the process design, the IQ and OQ documentation generation, the automatic generation of the URS for automation, the process database, The technicultural diversity. Quick change of the process anytime, just in minutes. How the Pharma documents V model become an O model. And we will speak also about custom solution. Let's discuss all of this step by step. Let's see first what exactly Aceptsoft is. It is an add-in or plugin extension done for Microsoft Visio. This means that you need first to install Microsoft Visio, and then you can install very easy the AseptSoft plugin. Secondary, we have an AseptSoft converter that you can use to convert quickly the P&ID projects from AutoCAD to Visio. This all is available as standard. Further versions and adaptations are continuously in progress, and anyhow, we will support you for every path starting from the installation till to get you a real AseptSoft power user. You can design the P&ID classically in AutoCAD or Visio. And as mentioned before, using the AseptSoft converter, you are able to convert the P&ID from AutoCAD to Visio, making it compatible and ready to use with AseptSoft. You can now start to design the process by using AseptSoft. Define operations and phases, define and allocate status to components, define instruments, define process variables and parameters, and define the automation algorithms. Quick change the process anytime. Everything you do is on mouse click. AseptSoft manages all the other things in the background automatically. For example, first click, select a valve or a valve group. Second click, select the status, and third is done. Fluid stream simulations. This is a very important task. According to the status of the valves and other components, AseptSoft will automatically draw the fluid path starting from the fluid sources according to different user options. Documentation. This is a very important topic because AseptSoft generates automatically the technical documentation for IQ and OQ. With Aceptsoft, you can define the process algorithms, parameters and variables, conditions based on instruments, and generate the URS for automation. All the process data is stored into a user customizable Excel file, and we can make also customized versions for Access or SQL servers. Technicultural diversity. The processes can be designed by a team having both cultures, AutoCAD and Visio. Usually, modifications and changes of the process are a nightmare. No more with AseptSoft. Doesn't matter if at the end or in the middle of a project, technical people are able to modify process anytime. How? So probably most of you are familiar with the V model. Starting from the URS written by end user, the documentation flow is going step by step through the functional specifications, design specifications, and after through the validation documents like IQ, OQ, and PQ. Any technical modification during the FAT, SAT, or later is a nightmare. You all know that it takes less than an hour to weld a valve, but it's so difficult and time-consuming to modify the documentation. With AseptSoft, we like to say that we changed the Pharma documentation V model concept and turned it into a O model concept, because With AseptSoft, you can modify the process very easy and fast, and you can regenerate quickly the new technical documentation. Upon request, we can create customized AseptSoft versions with special functionalities and graphical user interfaces. Data and documentation flow between departments, for example, technical and validation related to the process. Customized automatic documentation generation functions or any other special requests. Let's see now a live demonstration of AseptSoft. You can type and send your questions into the special section of the webinar interface, and we will be happy to answer them. I'm inviting now my colleague Dimitri to start the live demonstration.
Thank you, Sergio. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm Dimitri, and I am going to present to you a live demo of AseptSoft. As you can see on my screen, we have a very basic compounding plant. It is just for the purpose of demos, but AseptSoft is scaling to virtually as big as you need the compounding plant, so you can have them very complex. But we will keep this one simple for the purpose of the demo. This one is for now a static one, and it's as every P&ID you have seen so far. And you can create it either in Microsoft Visio because you have tools to create it, or you can import it from AutoCAD using our special tool once you have designed it there, of course. And now I'm going to bring it to life using AseptSoft. So that means I'm going to link it to an AseptSoft project. So once I specify the AseptSoft project, you can see that everything get colored. And this is because all the valves are now reading their values from a fully customizable Excel file. In this Excel file, you can see that we have the valves listed here. We have VP101, for example, which we can see that it is closed. VPR102, which we can see that it is also closed. And as I click on them, you can see that they are all of them, one second, they are all of them automatically being linked. So once I click them here, they are selected here. This is an automatical linking functions that is going to help you when you do the design, because you can find the valves very easily, both by knowing their geometrical position or by knowing their position in the P&ID. And this is one phase, part of the process named CIP. And we can go to the next one, which is the third Excel file, worksheet, I apologize. And the third worksheet has a pretty much similar structure. It has the same valves, but this time some of them are different. You can see that here, VRP102 is opened, and it is this one. And you can go from phase to phase, and it is going to automatically show on the P&ID live. We can see that this tank is in this phase filled, and in this phase is filled but only 40%. And as you navigate, you can see that everything is going to automatically change. This is an already created workbook with a process basically with 18 phases, but you can edit them. So let's go in this phase and change something. So let's open some valves. Let's open these two valves we want. I'm going to select them, and I'm going to press open. So now they are open, and you can see in the Excel files they are both selected and open. To close them back, you just press one button, and every time you want to change through that, you can just press a button and it is done. Of course, we can make it open percentual, for example, and let's open it for like 75%. And you can see the color and the label, which is going to automatically adjust. So you can set this state for the valve. And you have virtually unlimited status for valves. You can create them as you wish. We have open, close, and a few more. But you can create your own, and they are fully customizable because you can change the color, you can change the fluid flow response, how they will react to fluid flow. You can make them percentual. You have a lot of options. For example, a tank can be filled or empty. So I'm going to go to it, and we have available for it filled or empty. And as you fill it, you can again select the percentage and go up or down. And everything that you do here, you do in the visual interface, it will appear instantly here. So for example, this tank is filled 34%. We saw it here, we just set it, and it is already written in the Excel file. This valve is open percentual 45%, and that one you can see here is open percentual 45%. And as you navigate between them, you can see that everything automatically adjusted by itself. Now let's see how we create new phases, because this is going to be a very useful tool. In order to create a new phase, we figured out that most of the times, two consecutive phases are pretty much similar regarding the status of the valves. Usually 2 or 3 valves change. So then what we do, we are going to press create a new phase based on the previous one button. We duplicate it. It has been duplicated. It is already here now. And we are going only to apply what are the changes. So let's say we want to open these 3 valves, and we open them, and it is done. Now we create a new phase, and in this new phase, let's assume we are to close them back and open this one. So, and let's create one more just for the purpose of the demo. I'm going to select here and open these ones. So we have created 3 phases in just a few clicks. Let's navigate through them once more to see them. So it was everything closed. Then we opened these 3 valves. Then we closed them and opened this one. And then to the next one, we close this one and open these 2. So as you saw, in just a few seconds, we have created the phases with all the information being automatically recycled rather than drawing everything again from scratch. Now, once we have done this and we have set the states of all the valves, Aceptsoft needs no other information in order to automatically draw the fluid stream simulation. So all you have to do is to press one button, enable, which is live. So as I open this valve, it will go further. And as I close it back, it will stop. Of course, we have some aesthetical changes we can apply, but I will keep them very big, the fluid stream, such that it is going to be very clear for now. So now let's navigate through our phases that we have just created. We go to the next one, and the fluid stream will go through it because we opened these 3 valves, and it went all the way to the tank. Now the next phase, it will stop this one, and it will start the blue one, which is the liquid rather than gas. So I go to the next one, and now the liquid is going in the tank. Let's go one more, and now the right side fluid should go all the way to the bottom. So as you can see, it is automatically computed live. It works on all the changes, so you have just to change what you want to change. I close the valve, the fluid stops. It's automatically calculating itself. And this is available both in live form, so you can work with it, or in final documentation, you can export it. So now I will disable it again. And let's see what are the mobility features of Aceptsoft. So first of all, let's imagine we want to make a change, but this is just a geometrical change, a very simple one. Well, in a manual way, once you have printed your paper, you should start drawing everything again. But this is just a simple example. Imagine you change more geometry. Then applying the changes, it's going to be a nightmare. But here you don't have to do anything. It's already saved and stored in a smart format, and you don't need to do anything. It is already good to go and available to export. Now let's go for a more complicated change. Let's add a valve. So let's say we want to add a V01 and you want to have it somewhere in the Excel. Well, all you have to do is to press specify a position and then connect it. And now it is here in all the phases. It has been merged automatically with all the previous, all the worksheets, and it appears everywhere. Now in the phases that it is relevant, you can go and open and close it. So it is merging automatically the process with your old work, all the new changes with the old work. Now let's remove this one because we don't need it anymore and clear it from the Excel, and it disappeared. Now, Aceptsoft offers you a nice highlighting tool. This is going to help you when you want to define the processes very easily without having to read the entire uh, worksheet in order to understand what's happening in there, because this is pretty messy. So what you have here, you have a highlighter. It is going to highlight specific valves based on some criteria. For example, this highlighter is going to show you all the valves that are changing something from the previous phase. So in the 12th phase, these valves that you can see in yellow were different. Now they have changed, so that's why they get highlighted. And this will help you to always see the focus of the worksheet. What's the focus of the phase? We can see that these two valves are changing. We can see that these three valves are also changing, and also these two ones here that are in this part. So this is going to help you always when you go to a phase identify what is the definition of it, because this is basically what makes it special from the previous one. And it is available in live form. So as I open a valve, for example, the highlight was lost here because that valve is not now identical as it was in the previous phase. And also this is available for export. Now I will close the highlight tool. Moving further, we offer the algorithm design functionalities. In order to go from one phase to the next one, we need a special criteria which needs to be fulfilled in order to say that we finished the current phase and we are able to move further. So you can see here in the algorithm, this is what we can define. In the Excel file, it appears as a table that you can customize, and you can add as many records as you wish, and every record is a condition that needs to be fulfilled, and the sequence needs to be fulfilled one by one in order to move to the next phase. So this one is a very basic one, and it has a message, a description, and an action, what needs to be done, and then we can move to the next condition, to the second one. Once we got to the second condition, it has automatically adjusted in the P&ID all the text, and it is now specific to the second one from here. And you can add conditions to it. For example, the condition is the rule that needs to be fulfilled in order to consider this one available, this one fulfilled and able to move further. And as I changed it there, you can see that it already appeared here. So it is available again, linked, totally linked. So you just need to work here and it is going to automatically update in the Excel file. But now let's add a more interesting formula. We need to specify a condition based on instruments, parameters, and variables. Now, when we were doing it on the paper, it was very difficult because specifying the instruments, parameters, and variables was a very tricky part where you could lost in the names of them, get lost in the names, and making a very formal definition was very prone to mistakes. Now, all you have to do is to select the instruments that are we are reading from in this current phase, and ask, for example, they need to be bigger than a specific parameter. So the formula was created automatically. And as I insert it, you can see that it first appears here, it appears in the Excel file, and you can see here 3 instruments highlighted. And yes, they are exactly the ones that we are reading from in the condition. It is going to automatically highlight them because we know that this is where we are reading from. And it is going to be very useful in the validation part where you go on the field and you need to know where we are reading from and what is the exact condition. And of course, as we navigate through the conditions, you can see the highlight being toggled automatically. So it is an automated tool, and you can add virtually as complicated formulas as you want with logical operators and parameters variables, and you can fully customize it also. And you can see it was added here. Now everything that I've showed to you is available both in live form and in exported form. Everything that is here is in live form. But now let's go to the export. First of all, we note that the Excel files are already an export, a viable export, because you have all the status already created. So you have created the export as you worked. Now, of course, you are able to have more workbooks regarding more processes, CIP and SIP. Now we have worked only on one of them, on the CIP process, but you can work with all of them at the same time. There is no problem. Now let's see the export of the process. So all we have to do is to press the export button. And now you see the processes that we are able to export. We can go for conditions customizations. We want to have the conditions in the process in the export or not. I'm going to opt for them. We can add the percent to be written in the text or not, and other text customizations, and then the fluid streams and more advanced tools for the fluid stream. And now as I'm going to export, I will pick a location, and now the export started. And in just a few moments, it is going to be done. I have a CIP document exported, which you can see here. It is from a previous export, but I will show the existing one right away. And you can see that all the information from the phases with the valve status, with the fluid stream, and with the algorithm is everything written here phase by phase with one-click export. And you don't need to do anything to it. It's nicely colored. It is very well defined. With the Excel files, you can see everything, all the structured information. You can get the data that you need. And once you want to do a change, all you have to do is to go here back, you do once more the change that you want to do, and then press export again, and it is done. You don't need to have to do anything else. So now the export finished, and then I'm going to look again. Oh, I apologize. CIP, this is the process. And now this is the one that we have just created with phase after phase. You can see the condition that we have created previously. It's written here as a text. You can select it, copy it, one after the other. All right. And these are the main features of AseptSoft. Of course, we have nice features to bring back the P&ID to the form that it was before. So let's close the workbooks. And you can see here that it is all restored automatically back to its original form. So the project is not going to affect your P&ID. You will always have it in the nice form, but it is going to appear to be brought to life only as long as you want to use it. So these are the main features of Aceptsoft. There are more of them, way more of them, but they are subject to personalized and direct live demo that we can offer. I'm going now to handle back to Sergio. Thank you very much for attending and to viewing the live demo.
Hello. I'm suggesting now to answer to some questions. We received a very short question: how can I color the pulsing valves? So here you can define in Aceptsoft special. You can customize the status of the components in Aceptsoft, so you can create customized status. And one of them it's the percentual status, and we are using for proportional valves, and you can use also for pulsing valve. And if you have special requirements for this kind of valves, we can also make a special function for you for this kind, to treat this kind of valves. Now some frequently asked question. It is possible to work in the same project with more P&IDs. So here, Dimitri, maybe you can briefly ask.
Yes, you can work with multiple P&IDs at the same time in the same project. You have, as in AutoCAD, there is also in Visio the same thing. You can have multiple pages in the project, and you can go to one of them and work for each of them. You can define the process and everything.
Yes, thank you. Can I personalize the documentation exported by AseptSoft? For example, to add the company the company logo header. So here in any page you can add any header, you can add any image. So like you are doing usually in Visio. So you are free to add, and all the added information or the picture or the text are automatically exported in the documentation. So now let's see, we received some more questions. Is it a single purchase for the software or a recurring license? So Dimitri, please, you can answer to this. In the meantime,
Yes,
I will search.
Thank you, Cosmin. It is a recurring license. We offer more subscription plans, and we can also have custom plans depending on your needs. And if you have custom needs, we can make them. But generally, it is a subscription, and you can find everything about it on our main webpage, aceptsoft.ch. And there you can find the plans that we offer, and you can apply for one. Or also feel free to contact us and discuss with us about what offers do you want, and of course also live demos, and where we can present to you more detailed features of our software.
Thank you very much. Next question: are you looking at future support and development on top of the current software? Yes, we are currently developing next versions of the software. we are increasing our support team and also our programmers team. So yes, we are increasing and developing. Other frequent asked question is if we have some existing projects in AutoCAD, could we use Aceptsoft to design the process based on them? And which type of AutoCAD projects could be used? AutoCAD LT, basic AutoCAD, AutoCAD P&ID, and also AutoCAD Plant 3D. So for the moment, we have developed a converter, and you can use it to convert the project from AutoCAD, from simple AutoCAD or AutoCAD LT to Visio. And from the Visio, you can start to build the process on that P&ID. The P&ID will look identically with that from exported from AutoCAD. And if you are using AutoCAD Plant 3D or AutoCAD Plant P&ID, you need to export it in to save it in AutoCAD basic format. So these were the questions. Now I did not receive no more questions. So thank you very much. I will give now the microphone to Sergio.
So thank you. So good. So thank you very much for attending our webinar. We hope you enjoyed it. Visit us on www.aceptsoft.ch. There you will find a lot of tutorials. You can download from the website the 30 days free trial and including a free introduction training, or contact us directly on AseptSoft@aceptcon.ch. We will assist you starting from the installation, going through every topic you need step by step. I wish you a wonderful rest of the week. Hope to meet you soon. All the best and goodbye.